Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Islanders Never Say Die podcast. I'm your host, Senex, and with me today, as always, is our NHL analyst and expert, Doug Grumpy Old Man. They say there's no shame in his game because he's always the same.
That's me.
That's right, Grumpy. That is you. Before we get into our show, as always, we got to go over some housekeeping. If you guys enjoy the content over here, and even if you don't, please like, subscribe, turn on notifications, comment so we can juice up that algorithm and get this show out to as many people as possible. We want everybody watching. Isn't that right, Grumpy?
Yep. I hate my hair goes up like this. Goes up in the air here, X. You notice that? You ever notice
Your whiskers on top of your head?
that? Yeah.
No, I didn't notice that, but I guess I do now.
I did.
But yeah, if you like, subscribe, comment, juice up that algorithm. We want everybody watching. We usually shoot to have this show every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, that's it for me. Anything you'd like to add, Grumpy?
Yeah, no, just please help us out. We appreciate it. The Islanders have done nothing in the interim from last week to this week. Nothing.
Are we surprised?
No. Maybe we can listen to a little bit of Matthew Darsh's recent interviews.
We're going to run it back because it was so successful last season.
Just catastrophic.
Yeah.
Is how I would describe the state of the Islanders right now. Catastrophic.
Agreed.
Just like, like when you got a house and you don't keep it up, you just, you know what? Oh, hold on. There's something at sale. It's sale. They got some duct tape on sale. All right. Get the discount duct tape. Try to slap it on here to keep this door hanging up. And, we'll just go from there. It's kind of like where the Islanders are at right now.
Yeah, it's rough. It's
Terrible.
rough.
Terrible.
Yep. But we can't say that we're surprised. We figured that going in. I was a little bit optimistic. I know coming up before the draft, I was hoping we could maybe make some moves, get some additional picks or some younger players. But not surprised.
And like we mentioned before, it just makes what they did at the trade deadline just more baffling. Just made no sense. Just dumb.
Yeah.
So. But we're not going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about
We're not.
We're going to talk about NHL offer sheets today. I mean, because honestly, there's nothing to talk about with the Islanders. Nothing.
There is no news. No news at all.
Unless we could show a little bit of Darsh's press conference, which we could pick apart.
Okay, I'll see if I can find something on it.
But I do want to talk about the NHL offer sheets, which there's been a couple this year. Connor Bedard is still he's still open to getting an offer sheet. So teams could do that. It's so unusual before this year to ever see offer sheets. You just don't see it happening. I know last year when Edmonton was up against a cat crunch, St. Louis got two of their players via the offer sheet. And they turned out pretty good, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, let's be honest. The players, Dylan Holloway, was one guy that I know that they picked up, and that he worked out pretty well for them. Who else was it last year? They brought in on an offer sheet, Philip Broberg, and they got two guys from Edmonton who were on their Stanley Cup team that because they couldn't match the offer sheets. This year, we're seeing more offer sheets and for higher level players. Why would that be the case, X? Why do you think that's the case? Any idea? I'm going to try to test your knowledge.
Salary cap going up.
Salary cap's going up. That's a good one. But something else has to happen also.
They're generating more revenue, these teams.
No, that's just the financials, right, with the salary cap going up. There's not a whole lot. When the salary cap goes up,
there's not a lot of actual free agents.
Guys who move the needle, right?
Correct.
Because everyone's locking up those players earlier.
You can sign them back, exactly.
That's what we're seeing here the last couple of years. You're seeing teams lock up younger players to long-term deals. They're not letting them walk to their advance to their walk year and then have to make a decision. They're locking up earlier, which, as I've said forever, is a good thing to do, particularly if you know the player's really good, because you're buying out high dollar years. You could nickel and dime it. You could and save yourself some money in the short run, but in the long run, you wind up losing out cash wise or player wise, where players walk. And that's what Lou Lamoriello did that all the time. Let guys go to the last second, and then that's why he overpaid for everybody. Everybody he overpaid for, because if you have time, use it. Well, no, you got to be proactive. In today's NHL, you got to be proactive. With the salary cap going up, you're seeing teams actively locking up their younger players to big long-term deals.
Yep.
They want to make sure that they get them from let's say from their 22 to 31 or 32-year-old seasons, right?
Yes.
You want to make sure they lock these guys up long term. They don't want it. Well, hold on. We'll let him get till he's 29, and then he's a free agent, and now we'll try to sign him to a 7-year deal. Well, you've already paid for his most productive years.
Correct.
So you're just chasing that, and you're seeing teams, smart teams anyway, are moving away from that particular paradigm.
Yep.
And which leads us to the offer sheets, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there were a couple that came out this week, or actually last week. And I thought it was Barrett Hayton, who, he was drafted number 5 overall by Utah in I don't know what year it was, whatever, 4 years ago. And he was a high pick, right? I mean, I think he was top 5. And he hasn't really panned out. But if you're looking at the value of the deal that they signed, if we could just make that a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
His value was $4,775,000. So that came in as just a second-round draft pick.
Yep.
Now, that's a no-brainer. I think he's 26. That's a no-brainer for Utah to match.
Yeah, he's 26, correct.
Yeah, I don't understand why Jersey put that particular dollar amount on there.
He was
all you're going to have to give him was a second.
2018 draft.
And it's a real easy contract for Utah to match, right? I mean, it's a 1-year deal. I mean, they're going to match that. I didn't understand that Jersey one. It just made no sense unless you just figure, well, they're just low on him. They'll just let him walk. You should at least put the first and third on there. But maybe they didn't value him that much either, right? Yep. And they said, well, he's not worth a first and a third, but he's worth a second. Well, like I said, it was a no-brainer for Utah to match, and they did. So, but still, how often do we see these offer sheets? Before last year, really never. Carolina did it with Kakaniemi after Montreal did it to them with Aho. Of course, they matched Aho's deal, wound up working out good. Montreal said, you can have him for the ridiculous contract you offered him. And it was a revenge move by Carolina, which is dumb. Anytime you're doing something for revenge is kind of dumb, right? Yeah. You have to think it out. They're trying to move him, actively trying to move him right now. And so they're stuck with him now because he was not worth that contract for Montreal. That being said, fast forward to today, you got Barrett Hayton, and the big one is the Philadelphia Flyers giving Leo Carlson a 5-year, $18 million AAV offer sheet last week. I believe they have to make their decision by Friday afternoon if they're going to keep him or not. If they do not, if you could just scroll that a little bit further up, X, so we could see the compensation. There we go. That's the highest compensation is anybody who's like 11,939,000. Let's just say
12 million plus.
Right? Yeah. Right. 12 million, 4 first-round picks.
A lot.
And that is a lot. But you have to figure, where's your team for the next 4 years, right? Yeah. Where are you in the standings? Are you a team that's are you like a Carolina Hurricanes, for instance?
Where you're going to be making the playoffs, you're not going to be picking very high.
Right. And not even that. Carolina doesn't really use their first round picks anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
They usually trade them and to trade down and get more assets.
You won't be a lottery team if you're Carolina.
Right. Not for the next 4 years anyway.
Yes, correct.
Probably. You know, you can never say never, but probably.
True.
You wonder from a team like Philadelphia needs talent, right?
Yes.
I mean, Leo Carlson is a really good young player. Really good. The big knock on him was his skating when he came out of, when he was draft eligible, but he's really improved that. He's a big kid, 6'3", I think 210, 215, whatever he is, a point a game guy. Really, really good player. It really hurts Anaheim to lose if they lose him. But Anaheim has to make a decision, right? Yep. I mean, Anaheim has to say, well, you know what? Yeah, we love Leo Carlson. We want to build around him. You got Cutter Gauthier is up for a contract extension as an RFA. You have other guys in the next couple of years. A lot of their young players are up. They just signed their defenseman to a long-term deal. He was also potentially going to be a restricted free agent signing somewhere. Mick Menituk. And, they have to decide what they can do. What is Cutter Gauthier? What would he ask for on the open market if Leo Carlson, if they match that deal? What does that do for Gauthier's value? He's going to say, well, geez, if, Carlson's worth, 18 million, I'm worth at least 14 or 15. And then you see where you get in trouble with the salary cap real quick, right? Mm-hmm. Even with it going up. So that's something that Anaheim has to look at. Well, maybe they say, okay, well, if we get 4 first-round picks, maybe we can trade for somebody and give them a contract extension. There's a lot of guys out there who are looking to move. This is the beginning of the player empowerment of the NHL, where it was never the case before, but you're starting to see it now, where players are dictating what teams they can or will not go to. We saw it in the trade deadline. Parenko did not want to go to Buffalo from St. Louis. He vetoed that deal. Now you're seeing the danger of no move clauses and no trade clauses, even modified no trade clauses, where the players have a lot more power. Well, we want to play. And if you ever see these guys, where do they say they want to go to? Carolina, Dallas, Florida, Tampa.
Low to no income tax.
Except for Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
Almost no income tax.
Well, or Toronto is usually another one.
But the Texas and Florida are no income tax.
Yep.
And their teams are good. So that's where you want to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's no surprise.
Yep.
I mean, and then it's like, okay, does Anaheim match this? I think that's the big question in the offseason. They have till Friday. They should have been on the phones, beating the bushes with other teams and saying, hey, we can match this. We'll trade this. Or you know what? We're not going to match it. We're going to get 4 firsts. Can we do something with these firsts to get a player on our team now? Anaheim doesn't want to go backwards. First time they made the playoffs in like forever, or it seems like forever. They finally made it. Joel Quenneville's the coach. And he's probably, their best overall all-around player. I mean, do you want to lose him? No. I mean, but you got to explore everything else too. See, I mean, there's got to be guys out there you get cheaper than that, or maybe signed long term. Who knows? Like maybe a couple of firsts for one guy, and then maybe you could offer the other 2 firsts for somebody else. You get 2 players for the price of 1. Maybe that's what Anaheim's looking to do. But I know we're going to find out Friday.
Yep. I just thought this would be something kind of cool. I just saw this. They have the Islanders are running a contest. Design the next Islanders 3rd jersey, and this is for the 2027-2028 3rd jersey. I think this might be something kind of cool. I think everybody who listens to this show, if you'd like to, for the next show, if you want to do this, you guys can design jerseys, and then if you want to shoot us kind of like a direct message on Twitter, we can go ahead and post some of those up, and we can do maybe a little grading contest, Grumpy. We can pick out our favorite, and we can even make some ourselves.
Well, I'm not talented enough to do that.
It's so it's a template. It's a
Oh,
template. I'm looking. It's a template that everybody's using, and they're
I
kind of
don't.
just
Okay, I don't like
using
that
the
one.
logo. Well, yeah, just here's some of them. So I think that one looks kind of neat with the teal. Kind of like that.
I saw somebody a couple of years ago do one that was like a white jersey, um, with like light blue at the top, and they had the lighthouse. I kind of, oh, look at this.
You'd like this. You'd like this, Grumpy.
You know who that is, X? Do you know who that
That's
is?
gosh, what's his name from Jaws? I know it's from Jaws. I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
Oh, Quint.
Okay, Quint. That's it.
You know who the actor was?
No.
No. Robert Shaw, the great Robert Shaw. Do you know what other movie he was in? He's actually in quite a few movies. Really, really good.
I just know him from Jaws. He was the captain of the ship.
He was also in The Sting. Played
Oh, okay.
Doyle Lonigan, the Mark for Paul Newman and Robert Redford.
Yep.
He was also in The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3, the original, with Walter Matthau. He was the leader of the guys who were stealing the subway train.
That's right. That's right. He was. Yes.
Which was another really, really good thriller.
It was good.
He was a good actor, really good actor. Died at a young age. X, how old was he when he died? I mean, here's the thing.
Sorry, what was his name again?
Robert Shaw. The thing about, the older I get, the younger these guys seem when they die. How tough is it to type in Robert Shaw?
He was 51.
That 51, I thought he had to be older than that.
So Robert Shaw died at the age of 51 on August 28th, 1978, following a heart attack. He was born on August 9th, 1927.
You know what else I noticed? People, even though they were younger chronologically, looked a lot older. This one here, too blasé, too bland. No for that. No.
Somebody just took you at the.
No, I mean, I don't mind that, like on the shoulders or something, but as the main logo, I don't know. No for that. No, I mean, boy, oh boy. No. Let's just say you can put things together. And I don't want to say that, they should put somebody like my face up there barking at somebody. Oh, the color, this is a bad color scheme.
Yeah, it's too bright on the colors there. I don't know, I was just scrolling through a couple of them just to see, and I think Phil posted something.
I don't want it to be like, they did the Bridgeport uniforms where they just had some leftover jerseys in the back, some old logos, and just slapped them together and say, hey, here we go.
This is what Phil posted, if you're interested.
I am interested. Phil's a little but
your average looking Isles fans proposal on this app.
I kind of like it. It's kind of good.
Gosh. I was going to say, Grumpy, you should do something with Darsh on there. That's what I was thinking you could do. You could make some kind of some Darsh reference on there.
I don't think what I would have him what I'd have him doing on the jersey would be appropriate.
I think you could. You could just get the Starbucks logo and put that up there.
Well, that's true, but
it would be the inside joke. Everybody listens to the show would know.
It would be copyright infringement, right?
It would be copyright infringement.
Maybe just a paddle ball, a pickleball paddle, and then like the ball would be a picture of his bald head.
Oh my God.
Just getting smacked around, and the paddle could be named NHL GMs, and the ball would be Matthew Do Nothing Darsh.
Oh my God!
It's never going to clear the net.
And then you can have a little catchphrase on there.
Tickle the twine, going against Matthew Darsh. Yeah, terrible. Back to the offer sheets, X, because I did want to touch on the offer sheets and what it means for the Islanders. What do you think the biggest concern the Islanders have right now when they're seeing these offer sheets, particularly the one for Leo Carlsson? What should the Islanders be concerned about?
What's Leo Carlsson's current contract? That's the big
$18 million per year for 5 years.
Okay, you'll be
losing. Just talked about.
Sorry. I was scrolling through stuff. I'm sorry.
What should be the Islanders' biggest concern seeing that contract offered to Leo Carlsson?
They're gonna have to start offering contracts like that to their players.
Any player in particular?
Schaefer.
Matthew Schaefer. Thanks for playing, X.
I
Matthew
failed
Shea.
again. Failed again.
If Leo Carlson is getting 18 million per, and I think the Islanders can make a contract extension uh, for Matthew Schaefer next year, like in July 1st, because he'll have one more year left on his deal and they could extend him. What do you think? And I'm interested what the people think his value would be and how much you would, how much that you'd be willing to offer him.
The moon.
Okay. Instead of the moon, because that's not calculable for AAV, how much money a year do you think and how many years? Now, if you're the Islanders, how many years are you going to want to put for Matthew Schaefer?
What's the max?
7.
7 years.
7 years. You
Absolutely.
certainly don't want to give him some type of ridiculous bridge deal. And that would be concerning to me. If there's some type of bridge deal where they can't come to a contract negotiation and they sign him for like 2 or 3 years at some lower rate, then they're not serious. Certainly, they're not serious about winning.
Correct. I'd offer him 7 years. Probably at like.
And remember, you're buying out RFA years and if you're going 7, some UFA years also. He would only be, when this contract is up, I believe 28 years old. So he's going to get another
huge contract,
another bite of the apple, big bite.
Absolutely. But you know what? He deserves it.
So what would you offer him for that contract to where he might accept it and forego having a potential offer sheet sent to him that he would agree on? 7 years, how much money?
I said 20 mil a year.
20. I think it starts at 20.
Yeah, that's
exactly. So, I mean, they have the money.
Yep.
That's going to keep them under the salary cap.
You have him locked in for the next 7 years, so you can't go anywhere.
Well, it'll be 8 because it'll be next year, year, this year, and then next year on his rookie deal, and then the next 7 at 20 million per. I think that's very, very fair.
Yeah, and I think he would take that.
Because is Leo Carlson worth $18 million a year? Nope, not even close. Philadelphia really needs centers, though. And I'll be interested. I mean, most teams match. They don't let their players leave.
Nope.
If they're letting their players leave, they kind of know something, right?
And it means that they don't really want them.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So
that's kind of the way you look at it. And then you have guys coming up in the future. I mean, I don't think Victor Eklund or Keyshawn
going to get anywhere near that. No.
They're not getting.
No.
They're not getting offer sheeted. No. Absolutely not. So you could still fool around with them a little bit, but you can't with Matthew Schaefer.
No, he is. Yeah, absolutely. He's an established talent in the league. We already know that. Top defenseman, if not the best defense. Top 3, if not number 1 defenseman in the league. Pay the kid. Pay him.
And he's a franchise defenseman.
He's a franchise player, period.
Right. You cannot let franchise players
walk
away. Cannot do it.
Agreed.
Or if you do, you got to sell him for buku assets, right?
Yep, absolutely. You got to be, if you're going to get rid of him, a lot.
I mean, that's kind of the way I look at it. It's like, and they have to be proactive. They can't, go on a coffee run and, expect them to come back. Okay, we'll wait. We'll let it play out, this 3rd year, and then we'll go battle some other team, because some other team will offer him $20 million. Why?
Yep.
Because the salary cap is going up another $10 million this year and another $10 million the next year. So teams are going to have money that they can spend. And the free agency market, like we mentioned earlier, unrestricted free agency, is kind of barren because teams are locking up their veterans. They prey on them for small market deals or below market deals because, we like it here. We're established here. Once you have a family, you don't want to be uprooting your family all the time. You can do that. Young players can do that.
Sure, because they don't have kids and, have to worry about that.
Exactly.
It's different.
Exactly. So, I mean, those are the type of things the Islanders, that's the next worry. I
Yep.
mean, they're not doing anything this offseason. I'd be astounded if they did anything but sell at this year's deadline. And again, it just shows you how far back Matthew Darsh set this organization by trading away draft assets for guys in their 30s, in their mid 30s. Andre Palat, Carson Soucy, and Braden Shen. These are guys all in their mid to upper 30s, all of them.
3 F grade deals.
Yeah, just not good enough, right?
Yep.
So that's, to me, that's when I'm looking at, that's a problem around the league. I think teams are petrified of this. You're going to have to sign. The message should be sign your guys early.
Yep.
Get your guys signed early. Don't let them get to free agency or don't let them even get to restricted free agency. If a guy shows a little bit of something, wham, hit him with an above average contract that from what his play actually dictates. So a guy, you look at, I can't remember the name. But let's say you sign somebody who's, okay, just had kind of a breakout season and, but yeah, maybe we'll think about an offer sheet. You're going to have to give them a blow away offer sheet to get those guys to fend off those offer sheets from the teams. You just have to do it. You got to sign those guys early, make it worth their while. Don't try to nickel and dime them. Give them a contract so that they will want to stay. Because they're comfortable in the arena. They like the team. They like the facility.
They've developed a rapport with the fans.
Right. But you still got to pay them. The last thing you want to do is nickel and dime them.
Because then they'll look to leave.
They get disgruntled, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they want to be moved. And then you get pennies on the dollar.
It's the same exact thing as an employee that feels like they're being underpaid. Right?
Very true. Very true.
Same exact thing. Now, Drew did send me this. He said, X, you also missed Phil's own fan proposal on Twitter. I sent it to you, LOL, and I have it pulled up here. This is for the jerseys, Grumpy.
Oh, okay. So it's a different one, perhaps.
This is one that Phil's fax went ahead of me. We can just read this here. Do you read that or no, or do you need me to?
I got it.
Okay.
I just want to tell you something. Phil is very unhappy right now. As much as he was in the Lou Lamoriello camp, he hates Matthew Darsh.
And it's Lou 2.0.
And honestly, they're the same guy.
Yes.
Old, bald, and stupid.
A couple of different years. Yep. Young bald.
I said when he was selected as the new GM and director of hockey ops, you replaced old, bald, and stupid for young, bald, and stupid. And we're seeing that, right? In real time.
Yep.
So Phil says, the goal of this jersey is to capture the true spirit of New York by celebrating the culture, resilience, and pride that define both the city and Long Island. The Statue of Liberty stands as a symbol of opportunity, strength, and the diverse communities that have shaped New York for generations. The design connects that iconic symbol with the identity of the New York Islanders, a team built on hard work, loyalty, and a passionate fan base that reflects the blue-collar character of Long Island. From the shores of Nassau County to the streets of New York, the Islanders represent a unique blend of tradition, toughness, and community. This jersey is a tribute to the fans who have carried the team through generations and a celebration of what it truly means to be a New York Islander fan. Now, here's the thing. Phil is talking, I mean, it sounds like he's really behind the team. I'm going to bet the jersey is the antithesis of that.
Can you guess what the jersey is before I reveal it?
It doesn't say Rangers on it, does it?
Would you like to see it?
Yes, I would. I have seen it. This is it.
Oh, that's pretty funny. Oh, that's pretty funny.
It's the old Rangers third
logo.
jersey.
That is correct.
Oh, Phil. Like I said, he's so angry.
Oh my God, it's so
he's
funny.
Very, very angry.
That was so funny.
Very angry with the fan, with the direction of the team, or lack of direction, or any type of direction. Who knows? But he's unhappy right now. I knew it wasn't going to be friendly. Let me just say that.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all.
I mean, so just like I said, before we get to the ad read and comments, because like I said, there's not a whole lot to go through, but I thought it was important that we talked about the offer sheets and what could potentially be a problem for the Islanders.
With
They
Schaefer
have to
going.
be proactive in signing these guys back. You can't let, particularly Matthew Schaefer, you cannot let him ever get to free agency. Or guess what? He's taken the shuttle to Toronto.
It'd be like Pittsburgh letting Paul Skeens go early on in his career.
They're thinking about it. Well, not this year because they've been better. But there's like, oh, well, these guys, you want to move them before you have to pay them anything. That, you know what? You're never going to win like that.
Yeah, no, never.
That's why these teams stay losers.
Yep.
But like I said, I just think next year that number starts with a 2.
Yeah, I said 20 mil a year.
That's right. You know what? I don't want to see let's just give you we'll give you like a 3-year deal, and which would take you a year from free agency. We'll give you kind of like they did with Noah Dobson, and we'll give you maybe $10 million a year. No, pay the kid. Best player on your team.
Yep.
Most skilled player in the history of the franchise.
Potentially best player in the league.
The most physically gifted, the best skater. I mean, he's got tremendous hockey sense.
I'm going to say it, Grumpy. Makes McDavid look average.
Oh wow. But the whole thing is he's a leader.
Yeah.
And a character guy.
At the age of what, like 18?
18. 18. He is the face of the franchise. Dare I say, the face of the league in the next few years.
You can tell by the way he carries himself and just how he talks. He is a guy who's a winner.
Yes.
You can tell. He has that certain, and I'm going to just say, you're going to be like, oh, but he has that Brady-esque mentality. He just does. You can tell.
The great ones all do.
They all do. Yes, they absolutely do. They all are the same.
They have that drive and the will to win.
Kobe is a lot like that. Was a lot like that.
Larry Bird, Magic Johnson.
Yep. It's not cockiness, it's confidence.
Right.
Yep.
It's just, and they know what it takes to win.
Correct.
They're not interested in individual achievements as opposed to team goals. Winning. Yep. Hockey's the ultimate team sport.
Correct.
Everybody does the same things. You have to play offense and defense. He's fantastic. And the way he presents himself, it just makes you root for him.
Yep.
Anywhere the Islanders go, it's Matthew Schaefer's out front. Not the GM, not the coach, not the captain, Matthew Schaefer. Should tell you something. And what are the Islanders going to do with the captaincy? I don't know. They lost Anders Lee. No loss there, honestly. What he got paid. Bye-bye.
How upset will you be if they give it to Horvat?
I don't think they should give it to Horvat.
I agree.
If anything, you give it to some long-tenured guy.
That's what I was saying. Like a Barzal.
Not even Barzal. Because in my plan, it's somebody who's only going to be here for another 2-3 years, and then you give it to Schaefer.
Gotcha.
That's not Matt Barzal.
No, well, yeah, he'll be here a little bit, unless they trade him. But
yeah, well, unless they trade him. Here's the thing. Matthew Darsh isn't doing anything. He's done. He's done for the offseason. Done. Just like Lamoriello. Done. You're not going to see any great moves after the deadline. Just not going to happen.
Nope.
You're not going to see any great moves this summer. Not going to happen. Just like Lamoriello takes summer off. They even asked him at the press conference. Oh, anything? Well, everyone's just kind of, it's slow now. And, everyone's kind of going on vacation, all the GMs. And then you see Danny Briere signing Leo Carlson to an offer sheet. Didn't seem like he was on the beach getting a suntan. He was out there working. Maybe Matthew Darsh should try this.
No, it's a foreign concept for him.
Very true. Excellent. I would like to get the ad read real quick here.
Yep.
So let's jump into it. It's from our friends at DraftKings. It all comes down to this. A best of 7 battle in the DraftKings has you covered every step of the way. DraftKings Sportsbook app is now available in all 50 states. and includes all markets. Sweat every shift of the series all in one place with one app. New DraftKings customers sign up with the code THPN and spend $5 to get $200 in bonus in rewards within 21 days. That's code THPN. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Bet with DraftKings Sportsbook. Please do that. And we do also want to give you the
Bet with DK Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, bet text pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Void in Ontario. Event contract trading with DraftKings predictions involves risk of loss. Sportsbook bonus bets expire in 7 days. $50 in predictions dollars issued weekly for 3 weeks expire in 1 year. Redeem one non-withdrawable reward. Availability varies. Predictions offer void in New York. Ends June 28th. Terms at dkng.co/audio.
Okay. So X, let's jump into these comments real quick.
Yeah, let's get to some.
I just wonder where the Islander community is at right now. Matthew Sklarov says, "Good evening, gents. Glad we didn't make things worse, but goes back to the trade deadline where Darsh made mistakes. His most recent interview was bad. Were you able to bring that interview up, X?"
No, I could not find it.
Okay. He did not come off great. And I just find it funny when people talk about Matthew Darsh. It's like, well, it could have been worse. He could have done this, which would have been worse. Is that a rousing endorsement for any general manager?
No.
No, it's not.
No.
It's not flattering in the least. Well, gosh, I'm glad he didn't make any moves because he would have probably made it worse. Well,
what's the point of having a GM?
Well, what's the point of having that GM?
Correct.
Okay. JP says, "Hi all. Hope everyone had a great 4th. I hope everyone had a great 4th of July also." Charles Dittmar says, "Good evening. Good evening, Charles." Nick Ilestress says, "Grump, Son X, how y'all doing today?" I'm doing well. Great. It's been hot down here.
It has been.
Really hot. Brett Wayner says, "What's up, guys? Son X is late again. Now name the first Islanders captain."
Flatley.
No, the first Islanders captain.
Oh, I don't know.
Eddie Westfall.
That
should have them all in order.
So don't.
Somebody says the third Islander captain. Just look on your little cheat sheet and then just read it off. Charles Dittmar says, "After seeing the contract average Andrews got, I have to wonder what kind of haul we could have gotten at the deadline. Probably a first-round pick or at least 2 seconds.
But that would involve actually being able to negotiate and make a deal."
James Farrell says, "Grumpy, anything positive today?" Have I said anything positive? I've given the Islanders what they should do to stay relative.
I think the most positive thing we've talked about today is that jersey competition. If y'all want to, and I'll just say it again, the jersey competition. If you guys want to create your jerseys and then shoot us a tweet, I guess, or an X direct message, I don't know what it's called, over with your design, we can go ahead and post them up and do a little competition next show.
And we can pick a winner, what we think is the best.
Yeah, definitely.
Matthew DiBernardo says, "What's up, boys? Thoughts on bringing on Patrick Kane or Patrick Laine in a 1-year deal? Hopefully this is a transitional year. We start seriously selling leading up to and at the trade deadline. You had your opportunity to do it last year and didn't do it. You went the exact opposite way, and it cost you. Let's say they're kicking around the 8th and 9th spot in the playoff hunt. Even if they're not, they go to 10th. Do you think Matthew Darsh is going to reinvest in this team? No. It's the worst thing he could do. We'll find out. But to me, he should be sitting on his hands for the next couple of years.
Until somebody else is brought in.
Well, just because I don't think there's anybody out there worth anything. We have to give up a whole bunch of athletes. Hamilton Sports Central says, "How's your night, boys? Hamilton Sports Central here. Sports Central here from Hamilton, home of the Hammers. Also subbed to the channel for support.
Appreciate it
very much. We appreciate it." And yes, the Hamilton Hammers. Now, we will not, unfortunately, be able to go see any of those games.
Correct.
I I'm going to guarantee you the atmosphere in Hamilton is probably going to be better than it was in Bridgeport. I think that's fair to say.
Yep.
And the great people of Hamilton, thank you for welcoming the Islanders in there. I'm very, very happy about that. Don't Smoke Crack says, I don't think he's going to do anything unless we're out of the playoffs at the deadline. Well, again,
we pretty much were there this season, and he doubled down.
Double down. Double down.
That's the thing that's the toughest. It's like, okay, we saw the writing on the walls. Why was he not capable of seeing it? I mean, the only reason it was as close as it was is because Columbus fell apart. Right.
We came in 11th. 11th in the conference.
Yep.
11th. We're going to be worse than that this year.
Well, because everybody else get better. That's right.
Jersey is probably going to pass us. The Rangers look like they have the potential of passing us. Charles Dittmar says, when's the call-in show? Actually, we probably will want to do a call-in show. TJ is going to have to show you how to do that. Actually.
Yeah, I've never done it before, so
I think we want to do a call-in show, though.
Sure.
It's always fun.
Yeah.
Kyle Stress says, TJ was onto something. Driving without the radio on is pretty soothing.
Honestly, it's better than the music that he listens to. It's just test patterns.
Now, you went driving today with TJ for a distance.
I did. We did not listen to the radio.
What was it like?
So he uses, and like me, he's somebody who likes to use Google Maps. I hate the way, like, if you have a display screen on your car, I hate the way that it projects the map. It's like all upside down. So you can't really tell if you need to go right or left. Whereas Apple Maps, it, tracks your car as you're going. It'll tell you right, left kind of thing. It goes the correct direction. So I had to be like, where am I turning? What am I doing? It's like upside down. So that was fun.
Yelling at you? Was he yelling at you, X?
Oh, he always is. Come on. It's him.
I noticed that he does that, X.
He always does. Yeah. No respect. No respect around here.
Nick Eilstra says, I hope somebody offer sheets the Toronto Maple Leafs Gavin McKenna. Well, he's got a lot.
He's a little ways to go
at this point in time.
Yeah.
Polly Mazda says, why do the Islanders historically hate adding top six forwards to this team? Like, honest, is it a culture issue with management? I just don't think they're I don't know what their scouting staff. It's the same scouting staff that's been there forever.
At what point in time do you say, hey, you know what? I mean, okay, Schaefer was a no-brainer, right? How many draft picks would you say in the last, I'll say 7 years, have we hit on?
I don't know.
Really hit on.
You should have that up and pulled up the way we could go through it instead of just asking that question.
I was just curious. You were the NHL analyst and expert, Grumpy. I thought you would have that knowledge.
You should have it so people could look at it.
Okay, well, I will pull it up.
So you're saying like from the Lou Lamoriello regime?
Yeah. Well, I guess since those scouts have been around.
I mean, the last big time offensive top six player that we drafted is probably Matt Barzal.
And he was like a unanimous, though, right?
Well, he had been hurt the year before. He dropped a little bit. Boston had the three picks all right before the Islanders, and they didn't pick him. And we snatched him up. I think it was, 15, 16, whatever he was. I mean, he certainly outperformed that draft.
Okay, here we go. Hold on.
I mean, it's tougher to hit on those lesser picks, but you should be knocking out of particularly with the Islanders pick, you should be knocking out of the park every year. Okay, so we're looking at
this year's. I'm not going to count this year's.
This year doesn't count. All right. Okay, so what do you know back to 1980?
Well, let's say we'll do the last 10 years.
Okay, keep this draft here, the Kiefer Bellows draft. I give him a 0.
Yes, I agree.
Nobody's stuck. 2017, we got the wrong Sebastian Aho. Robin Salo didn't pan out. They sacrificed him. 0. Okay, 2018. Oliver Wahlstrom, not great. Noah Dobson, really good player, moved on from the team. Bodie Wild busted out. Ishikov, I don't know where he's kicking around to. Skarek, nothing. Pavanka still kicking around the minors. Blake Jenkins and Christian Krieger. I would give that, only because of what we got back in the trade, I give that draft a C.
Okay.
2019. Ugh, boy, this is a bad one. Cole Koski, Felix Bebo, Reese Newkirk, Samuel Bolduc, Simon Holmstrom, bottom 6 player, C+.
A C+. Okay.
He's still with the team. 2000 and is that 2020?
Yes, 2020.
F. I don't even need to discuss it. 2021. F. Move right on by. Atu Ratu has been traded and he's not done anything there. 2022.
Isaiah George.
D. Maybe Quinn Finley turns out to be something. Maybe he doesn't. Isaiah George has been unimpressive. Both his stints up with the Islanders. Calio Dalius, whatever. Nothing so far. 2020. And you want to know why your team isn't any good. You don't hit on any draft picks.
Any draft picks, exactly.
At some point in time, don't you look at the scouts?
Yeah, and say, hey, guess what? It's been the same scouts there since 2016.
Oh, yeah.
Fire them. Absolutely can them. They're useless.
Okay. 2023, Danny Nelson, future 4th liner. Jesse Nurmi. All right, I give this one D. Only because we don't know what Danny I was going to give an S, but we don't know what Danny Nelson's going to be. 2020, is that 2024?
2024, correct.
Okay. Cole Eiserman, maybe turns out to be something, probably not. Jesse Pulkkinen, how many more left shot defensemen do we need? Kamil Bednarik, small, feisty. Dimitri Gamzin, thank you. I mean, I can't even see it, so small. You could make that a little bit bigger, can't you? The print X. There's a whole lot of empty space. I just love to be able to read the names. Oh, look at that. Marcus Gidloff. Gidloff traded to because we wanted Braden Shen so bad. And Xavier Villieu. I'm going to give this one, only because we haven't seen from Cole Eiserman, a C.
And this is last year.
Last year, Matthew Schaefer, that gives you an A+. Victor Eklund, Keishon Akeson. Okay, none of these guys are proven, but I like the fact they took a lot of guys.
Correct.
I'm gonna give them on that draft. I'm going to give it an A.
Only because of Schaefer, right?
Well, I think the other guys can still pan out.
Sure.
Last year I gave it an A+.
True. And then this year's draft.
And this year, I think Gustafson's going. He won't make the team this year. At least he shouldn't.
He'll be a producer though.
But he's going to be really good for them.
Yep.
I call it a bias of mine when it comes to Lincoln Cuny. He played at the University of Arizona. No. Vladimir Dravecki, Artyom Matituk, and Bobby Cowan. Whoop-de-doo. Training camp fodder. That's what I say for them.
Yeah. So essentially, yes, we need to get new scouts.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
safe to say that.
That's fair.
I mean,
and look at teams like
one good draft in the last 10 years.
You want to draw a comparison. You look at guys like teams like Carolina. I mean, how many guys seriously were in let's see how many guys are in the NHL still. Is that fair?
Sure. Do you want to go through the list again?
Yeah, we'll just stop at 25. You got one last year's draft. Man, you're going awful fast. I can't.
You
Really
want to go? I thought you wanted to start at 2016.
All right, that's fine. One. Oh, God.
Okay, here we got to get to 2016 first.
Okay. 0, 0, 2. Well, I don't even know if Al Wallstrom is still in the league. I'll say 2 there. 2 there. Your 2 first-round picks. 3, which is Simon Holmstrom. That's 3. Still 3. Is Atu Ratu still playing fourth line for Vancouver? I'll give him that. Let's say 4. 4. 0.
Well, Isaiah George, is he not up?
Isaiah George is not a regular player for the team.
Okay.
So you're talking about nobody there. Nobody there is a regular. That's it. So you've got 5. I'm going to include Matthew Taylor. 5 guys in 10 years. 5 guys in 10 years. 5 draft picks in 10 years have made or are still in the league.
That's awful.
That's it.
That's awful.
And only 3 of them are Islanders.
Yeah, absolutely need to fire the scouts.
Yes.
What are you getting paid to do?
True.
Absolutely nothing. Frustrating.
Charles Dittmar says, "When will we get a guest appearance for TJ?" I don't know. It's really hard for him. Just with what his job is, he cannot be on podcast unless he hit his face. Matthew Sklar said, "Thoughts on Robertson going to arbitration?" I'm still baffled that he didn't. I mean, I guess he didn't want to go to Seattle. They offered him $15 million a year. I don't know what he's all right, but you look at Carlson getting 18. What's Jason Robertson worth? He's worth more than 18, isn't he? I know he's a wing, but still, he had over 40 goals multiple seasons now. That's not been Leo Carlson. I'm just whatever. I don't know what Dallas is going to put up there for a number, but it's going to hurt them, particularly with the other guys are getting. Next.
You already read this one? Okay, sorry.
Charles Dittmer says, "Can we put a paper bag over TJ's head so he can be known as the unknown guest?" Why not? Mario Vargas says, "If Darce keeps on doing what he's doing, would anybody be surprised if Toronto gives Schaefer an offer sheet?" Well, here's the thing. He can sign him to an extension starting next July 1st. That's what he should do. Give him the max, $20 million per. I'm going to guarantee he jumps at that. And then you'll lock him up for, in essence, the first 10 years of his career, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can't do anything better than that. Matthew Sklar says Anaheim would be idiotic to match. That hurts. If they lose them, that really hurts them, their center depth down the middle. I think. Do you think they're going to match or they're going to let him walk, X?
I think they'll match it.
I also think they're going to match it. I just think, but this is how you get teams. Well, we're not going to deal with them anymore.
Yep.
It's like when you start poaching other teams' players, they don't like that. Matthew Sklar says, but only 5 years and $18 million. Okay, well, how many years do you think they should have given him? They only could have offered him 6.
Yeah, I'll say when other teams start coming in and trying to poach guys, that's going to create bad blood. You're not going to have trades between those two teams then.
True.
It's just going to happen.
Charles Dittmer says, the trade clauses are the worst. The NHL should ban it. I've been mentioning that for years. Drew says, off topic from hockey for a second, man, the Europeans are having a field day after we lost to Belgium. LOL. I don't know whether to call that ultimate loser behavior or if it has something to do with politics. Belgium's better than the United States.
Way better. Way better. That game showed that we don't belong.
And Belgium is not even a good team.
No.
They're not. But the United States sucks. If you look at the draw for the World Cup, certain teams, Canada, Mexico, United States, Argentina, teams that they want to go far in the tournament go far. That all the home teams got to the knockout stage. They played really, really weak teams, which guaranteed them advancing.
Correct.
Argentina, for the team that's the world champion, won the World Cup 4 years ago. They've had the cushiest draw of all. Honestly.
Absolutely. I think the best team they're going to face up until potentially England in the next. Well, they don't play England yet. They still have to beat Switzerland, who's the 19th overall ranked team in the world.
And you had teams in the round of 32, Netherlands and
Morocco.
Morocco were number 6 and 7 or 7 and 8.
Yeah. Facing off in the first round of knockouts.
You had Spain and Portugal in the round of 16 who ranked 2 and 5. I mean,
granted, you could say Portugal should have won their side. They would have been put on the other side of the bracket, but still you would have had Colombia facing off against Spain instead. And It's like, okay, and Colombia's like what, top 15?
12. I think they're 12.
Yeah, so I mean, you still have a 12 against whatever rank Spain was, 2. Sure. So you have a 12 against 2 still.
And there's nobody on the other side of the bracket. Nobody.
Nope.
Brett Weiner says, I like the current New York 3rd jersey. Okay, that's fair. I don't. Matthew Sklar says, Phil's fiction. Mario Vargas says, Beaky Buzzard should be on the 3rd jersey. No, he shouldn't. Never. Brian Jennings, nice time hearing from him. Been a while. Got to keep our franchise player, Matthew.
True.
That's right.
True.
Very true. Matthew Sklar says, Hughes' next contract is the comp. Talking about Quinn Hughes.
Yep, comparable for what Schaefer's will be.
But Quinn Hughes is going to be a UFA, I think, when his contract comes out. So you would expect him to make a little bit more than Schaefer. Matthew Sklar says Carlson is a forward. He's a center, I believe. I mean, I don't think he's just a forward. Drew says Darsh is the 32nd best GM in the league, making 32nd best GM moves. I was going to say he was like the 60th best GM in the league. James Farrell says, Grumpy, your negativity is getting so boring. Really? James, what do the Islanders have to be excited about?
Nothing.
I'm interested. Matthew Schaefer.
The failure.
Matthew Schaefer. And here's the sometimes just reality. It's just reality. Does anyone expect the Islanders to be better this year than last year with the moves they've made this offseason?
Yeah, I guess that stems that question, right? What moves have been made during the offseason that you're looking forward to and you're positive about for this season coming up?
You lost your captain. I don't think that's a great loss.
No.
I mean, let's be honest. But you added Michelli, maybe he helps a little bit. That's it. Nothing else. Your young guys aren't going to be ready to play. Maybe Victor Eklund. Maybe they do whatever they can to keep him up. What's to be excited about? What is there to be?
Another year of Schaefer. That's literally it.
There's nothing to be excited about except for Matthew Schaefer. If there's an injury to Matthew Schaefer or to Ilya Sorokin,
that's it.
We're bottom 5 in the league.
Yep.
Period. This team's not very good. And here's the thing. It's going to be about the coach. Can the coach get the most out of them? We'll see. JP says, supposedly the rumors are that the Islanders brass is going to truly give guys who are in the minors a legit shot at camp to make the NHL team. Haven't we heard that before? Yeah, we've heard it before. But maybe they do it. Okay. But here's the problem. You have how many guys signed to long-term deals that you can't get rid of? They're obviously not going to get rid of Andrzej Palat's contract. He's going to be with the Islanders for another year. Braden Shen, 2 more years. It's not like you can send these guys down to the minors. I hope they do that. It just makes it even more baffling why you traded assets at the deadline to bring in aged veterans with contract back to the team.
Yep.
If you're going to give the young players a legitimate shot to steal roster spots.
It was just stupid, yeah.
So what are you gonna? I mean, you traded for Braden Shen was the worst, right?
Traded for guys that aren't going to play.
I mean, I don't know. Go figure it out.
That's just dumb.
Yeah, but again, contracts are going to dictate a lot of who you keep up with the team.
Yep.
Because you're not sending those guys down to the minors. Next, please.
Oh, sorry.
Freedom Fund Adventure says, look at this little dastardly Son X jumping up when Drew says, jump. Phil's is a dummy and has never been happy.
Oh, my God.
Freedom adds, I didn't expect a show tonight. I figured Grumpy and Warden would be caught up watching all those new DVDs Grumpy just got for Father's Day. X, where are my DVDs?
Oh, okay. So this was I placed this in charge of wife Y to order Grumpy the DVDs. She ordered them. She placed the order. They came in on time. They just were delivered to the wrong address. So yeah, we got to go get them and pick them up and then bring them to Grumpy.
What a Matthew Darsh-like move.
No. There's a difference. I actually placed the order and did something. If it was a Darsh move, I just would have sat there and did nothing.
Okay. That's fair.
You got to at least give me credit for that.
That's fair. Brett Wayner says they're the same guy because Lou is still calling the shots. Lou's not calling the shots. Charles Dittmer says Phil is a closeted Ranger fan. No, he's not. Absolutely not. He's not. Matthew Sklar says, Phil, LOL, just trolling. That's what he does best. As soon as I was reading that, I should have.
Absolutely was trolling. Absolutely.
JP says, that's a hilarious design, Phil, LOL.
I thought it was good.
Freedom Fund Adventure says, who does Phil work for? Works for himself. You know, he wrote that big, long post during the workday. Hope he works for himself because if not, he's stealing from his employers. Drew says, I just feel empathy for the way the team has operated since 2021. It's all ownership at the end of the day. Freedom Fund Adventure goes, grumpy old man, I got your VM. What's a VM, X?
Voicemail.
Oh, okay. You can put life insurance on people without them knowing. I can refer you. I agree you should do it, but you got to plan it. TJ weighs a ton on his own. And who helps him move? And X, part 2. I don't understand that. Freedom says, I don't know. Is it me?
He says best to do it near a large furnace or crematorium steelworks, then pour ashes into concrete, etc., or dump at sea. Hope it helps, buddy.
I couldn't even make hard hear the first part of that.
I just thought it was so crazy.
Okay. Drew says the great ones. Jalen Brunson should be in that discussion too. No, he should not. Playing on a broken wrist on his dominant hand, dropping 45 points on Defensive Player of the Year. Wemby. No, stop. Sorry. Drew says if Horvat gets the captaincy, it's truly over.
Bover is what he said.
I think that means over.
Yeah, but it's Bo Horvat over Bover.
Well, I think he's going to get it. Gungun says, is the drive for 5 alive? Is Phil's facts full of jive? He's a jive turkey. He's jive talking. Jive talking. Okay. Freedom Fund Adventure says, Horvat is the best choice. Ugh. Man, I just hate guys who politic for the job, though.
Yeah.
48 shouldn't get it until he's around 23. I pushed for trading Barzell before, but now that contract is very cost effective. So Barzell, Pulak, Mayfield, Pellick, etc., will now fetch more in trades. Do you feel like Matthew Darsh is capable of extracting big value from trades? I don't. He overpays for every trade. Why do you think no one comes here in a trade? Gungun says, are we getting the dark age for the Mets, Jets, and Islanders? Yes. Was Kay Corleone an innocent bystander? X. I think, what about Kay Corleone? Innocent bystander, yes or no?
No.
I think she was at the beginning, but she certainly knew
what was going on
as things went on. And she's like, you know what? I got it pretty good here. Comfortable. I got my kids. It wasn't until she's had that abortion, and that was it. That was a big mistake. and she was ostracized. Man, Michael slapped the shit out of her in a hotel room. That was a great movie scene, though. I'm not advocating for slapping women, but that movie scene was
Sounds
really
like that's
good.
exactly what you're doing, Grumpy.
I mean, and the thing is, Pacino was so much smaller than pretty much every actress he acts against. Certainly Diane Keaton looked like he was launching like from down low. Here with the slap. You won't take my children. I will. You won't. They're my children too. I'll do everything in my power.
Next comment, Grumpy. Come on.
Sorry, it was a great scene, great
That's
movie.
great.
Godfather Part 2.
Next comment.
Freedom Fun Adventure says, never forget, Islanders couldn't have development camp because Lou was too lazy and wanted vacation. Was a horrible GM. Only team in the NHL to not have a camp. He did a token camp before regular,
but no NCAA or Euro.
NCAA or Euro. Matthews, yeah, I mean, Lou had his faults also. But I think we can all admit Lou's a better GM than Matthew Darsh is.
Yes.
But the game had passed him by.
Correct. In the past, he was a better GM. Yeah.
Even at the end, he was better than Darsh. At least he traded Brock Nelson.
Yeah,
got a first-round draft pick that we want to piss in a way to get Braden Shen.
Yeah, but he also never utilized our draft picks. He would always trade them away.
That's true. But here's the thing. Matthew Darsh is still at the station. The train might have passed Lamarillo by.
True.
Darsh is just sitting on the bench.
True.
Looking for the 8 train when it's on the other track. Matthew Sklar says, yes, hope everyone had an enjoyable holiday weekend. I was at the air show on Sunday. It was awesome.
Nice.
I've never been to one of those air shows. I guess I'm just afraid something.
The Blue Angels, right? I'm pretty sure
it's something bad. I mean, it's incredible what they do and how close. I mean, when something goes wrong, man, it's really bad. It's like you could be dead bad just sitting in the stands.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to take a pass on that. Google says, will D'Angelo lead us back to the Holy Land? No. Son X, how tall do you stand?
6'2"
6'2" for Mr. X. Okay. Freedom Fun Adventure says, I'm happy with the draft. Like they are looking like they are headed for big clean out next year, almost as big as Son X cleaning out Grumpy's fridge and wallet. Now, yesterday, X came to watch. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? X came over to watch a World Cup game. He didn't even say hello before he was rifling the pantry and the refrigerator. Didn't even say hello.
But the best thing was TJ was over there and he was giving me absolute garbage about that. And then I proceed to see him practically rip the hinges off the door where the food's at. And I mean, I just saw bags and debris flying as he was shoveling food into his mouth.
True.
Yep.
True.
And I said, pot calling kettle black.
Freedom Fun Adventure says, oh, yeah, submit your stuff to Son X, who fails to check Twitter. Doesn't understand unless his account follows yours. You can't message him without paying.
Oh, my God.
That is turkey. Drew says, I would assume Hamilton, Canada is a much safer than Bridgeport, LOL, city than Bridgeport. I don't know. I think they're probably both pretty safe. Is Bridgeport's not like a crime capital of the world, is it?
I have no idea.
I'm assuming Hamilton's not either. Coogan says, Grumpy, what would Dandy Darsh have to do in the next few seasons to regain your love and trust?
Resign.
Never really had it.
Resign.
Eat my dust.
Resign.
He's just got to move. What he would need to do is move guys like Pellick and Pellick in particular, left shot defenseman. Your system is just full of left shot defensemen. Move him for a nice big package, couple of 1s and a 2 because his contract is really affordable. 5.5 million, let's say, for 3 or 4 more years. That's the type of deal you want. And he's still a leader out there. He can still play defense. It's going to be valuable. Moving a guy like Mayfield. But it's tough to move your right shot defenseman because you don't have anyone to replace him. That's a conundrum you have. Drew says, if anything, Hamilton is probably closer to Long Island. To the right. No, I don't think so. I think that Or maybe you're talking about, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Move on. Freedom Fund Adventure says Sunex isn't brave enough to do a call-in show.
God, I don't know how to do a call-in show.
I do think it would be problematic for X.
I love how it comes down to bravery. It's like Sunex does not know how. Sunex does not have the brain capacity. No, I could if I learned, but Sunex does not have the knowledge to do a call-in show as of right now.
Brett Weiner says, if you do a call-in show, we need to hear from Malkin's consultant, Lou, on the landline.
Ooh.
Guggen says, Sunex, is TJ more passionate about driving instructions or mowing the lawn? Will Palmieri come back strong? I'll touch the Palmieri thing. He'll be back. Again, he's a guy who should be moved at the deadline. Move him. Get some assets back. There's no way you shouldn't move Kyle Palmieri. Just like there was no way you shouldn't move J.G. Pajot and Anders Lee and Tony DeAngelo at the deadline. Get assets back.
And let's just say TJ's very passionate about both.
Is he? I mean, he doesn't.
I don't know about the lawn anymore.
He doesn't mow the lawn anymore.
That's right. He doesn't.
He has somebody do it for him.
That's right. I mow my own lawn.
Okay. Freedom Fund Adventure says, Grumpy and X, do you believe the Islanders can and should retool the fourth line this year? It's not same scouting staff. Please stop saying that. No, they are the vast majority of the same guys. They've had a couple of changes, but they're mostly the same staff. I mean, I just think depends on what they're looking for.
Yep.
I mean, last year and this year, they went with the top consensus top guy off the board.
Which I'm fine with doing that. That is fantastic. I'm happy that they did that. I'm happy they didn't reach and get some, piece of garbage. I am fine if you just go straight, hey, we're just going next highest available. Exactly. Chalk. Next highest available. That works. That works for me. Your team needs so much change that you don't need to be picking specific positions.
Yep.
So I'm fine with that.
Drew says that 2015 draft class was loaded with talent. Kyle Connor went right after Barzal, I think. Think about it. Boston really killed themselves. They had 3 first-round picks. I think it was 12, 13, and 14, all in a row, and none of their guys made it.
Out. That's just called bad luck.
Well, it's called picking the wrong guys and not getting – I mean, I remember they were thinking, oh, yeah, Barzal's a guy they'll definitely pick, and they didn't. Freedom Fund Adventure says, good God, it's not the same scouts from even 2 years ago. A lot of the guys are the same. They haven't cleaned house on that. Andrew Levy says, Grumpy, would you support a trade of Anthony Duclair for Alex Killorn? How many years does Killorn have left on his deal?
Let me see.
Does it matter? I mean, Anthony Duclair is –
He's got 1 year left.
And Duclair has 2. And how much money for Killorn?
6.25. He's on year 4 of 4. And then
Anthony Duclair is like $4 million, right?
3.5 mil. He's got 2 years left. He's on 3 of 4 right now.
Okay. You could fit that under the cap.
Yep.
And it gets you out of next year's Anthony Duclair. But does Alex Killorn have anything left? I mean, I think he's a better character guy than Duclair.
36. Yeah, he's old.
I mean, I think you got to be careful of the message that you're sending, Matthew Schaefer. I just think it's important. Just sitting around doing nothing. If I'm Matthew Schaefer, that does not blow my skirt up.
No.
If I could see a positive direction where, okay, Matthew Schaefer, we're building around you. We're going to load it with the young players. We're all going to grow up together. You could sell them on that. Getting guys like Braden Shen or Alex Killorn or Andre Palat, that doesn't make me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Just doesn't. Mario Vargas says Lamoriello doesn't listen to scouts. Holmstrom was not their choice. Lamoriello overruled them. The Holmstrom selection was bad, not because he's a bad player, but he was a consensus end of round 2 guy that they took in the first round. They probably could have got him in the second round because he was coming off injury. Or let's say you wanted to move up 2 or 3 spots in the second round. You could have made that trade. I mean, I'm sure they had a whole bunch of guys lumped together. You draft a higher rated guy in the first round and you roll the dice on the guys later. You don't reach for guys. You don't reach for 18-year-olds. Just dumb. Next, please. Charles Dittmer says, we could have had Trottier's grandson in the 6th round. Made me scratch my head why we didn't. Well, if he can't play, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I don't care that, his grandfather.
Yeah, it was a legend, yeah.
Means nothing.
Yeah.
Drew says, I would imagine Eklund has a shot to play top 6 minutes this year with how barren the actual talent is there. Think about that. He wasn't great last year. I like Victor Eklund. I want him to be a success. Is he a top 6 player now at 19 years old? Probably not. Okay.
Let him develop a little bit.
Brett Weiner said Wallstrom did not play in the NHL in 25-26.
Well, there you go. It's another one off the list.
Freedom Fund Adventure says, Grumpy, I don't know anything about the guy, and I've never seen him play, but I don't like where he is playing hockey, so he's a bust. I didn't say he was a bust. You wish, and you could get into ASU. Anybody can get into Arizona State. Anybody can get into Arizona State. Anybody. You should see talent on the campus. I mean, yeah, hot girls are very talented, but hockey, no. It's not a hockey hotbed. Sorry.
Northeast is the hockey hotbed.
I mean, if you're beating the bushes of talent, Arizona State is not it's not a destination for that. And here's the thing. I hope he does pan out.
Yeah.
I absolutely do. He's a rot shot defenseman. We need guys like that. But the fact is he lasted to what, the 3rd or 4th round? Freedom Fund Adventure says TJ hiding his face would be a massive improvement. Fact. Carlson got the $18 million offer, went to Anaheim and said, give me 15, and they said no. It's nuts. Former Florida assistant GM said match. They get power back. And Freedom added, then they can trade Carlson after a year. Okay. But is anyone going to be, unless he has a breakout year, and if he has a real breakout year, you're not trading him. But do you think he's worth $18 million? Let's say he goes where he's a 55-point-a-game guy or 50-point-a-game guy next year. What are you going to move him for? Either, if you don't think he's worth it, if you're looking to trade him in a year, you just take the draft picks now. That's what you do. Freedom Fund Event says, how different do you anticipate the older Islanders players to perform now that they see Lee only got offered a 1-year below market value deal by the Islanders, basically saying go? Better effort? That's a very good question, right? This is your team captain.
Can motivate.
He wanted a 3-year deal. They said 1. He said, I'll take 2. And they said 1. And then he goes and gets 3 on a young up-and-coming team. Now, is Anders Lee a difference maker? No. But he does bring leadership to that locker room. He absolutely does.
Yeah.
And I think that'll help the Mammoth out. I really do. Drew says, my uncle texted me a week ago saying the Islanders would make the playoffs, LOL. I don't know what he's drinking.
Says I didn't even have the gall to text him back saying, prepare to be disappointed.
Prepare to be disappointed. What did Bruce Willis say in Armageddon? Prepare the world for disappointment. Freedom Fund Adventure says, you guys don't look for positives and you dump on things that could potentially be positive. I get it. You grew up watching horrible teams, but the too negative critique is fair, an opportunity to improve. Tell me where the Islanders are improving.
It's different like last year, right? We at least had the hope with Matthew Schaefer. We were positive about Matthew Schaefer. We were positive about going into the draft this year before the trades were made, where we lost all of our picks.
That was bad. Those were bad moves.
Yeah.
I don't see. Here's the thing. People they listen. They don't listen. They hear what they want to hear. We were all very high on last year's draft.
We even said that Schaefer, we thought Schaefer was just going to be a player who's like, okay, he's not going to be up with the team this year, plays 8 games, and then we'll, send him down. He'll be playing,
9 games.
9 games, whatever. And then he won't be up with the big team. He absolutely way overachieved what we thought. And we were very optimistic. We were like, okay, we have a superstar player. We can actually build around this. We were very hopeful for the future. And then you make 3 stupid trades in a row, and you pretty much handcuff yourself
by bringing on more salary
of aging veterans.
You could have gotten better players with the draft picks that they spent
Absolutely.
than
Absolutely.
Andre Palat, Carson Soucy, and
Braden. Correct.
You could have. You just could have.
Correct.
I mean, you could have went after Robert Thomas, Jordan Cairo, whoever.
It's like, hey, you just won the lottery and then you took half the earnings and burned it in the furnace. That's how it felt.
What's the positive going into next year? Matthew Schaefer has to be extraordinary again.
So does Sorokin.
And Sorokin. If either one of those guys gets hurt
or tails off a little bit, that's it.
That's it.
I mean, realistically, do you think that we're going to be able to compete against Florida or Carolina next year? The answer is no.
Here's the thing. Certainly not Carolina.
No.
And I don't think Florida either.
No, I think Florida's getting better. And same thing with Washington. Washington is getting better too.
Yeah. Washington, say what you will about Washington, not afraid to make a move. Young guys. Young guys. That's what they want, bringing in young guys. Guys, the Ovechkin era is over. He might still be on the team, but it's over for him.
Yeah, you can tell they're moving on.
They retooled on the fly.
Yep.
2 years ago, everything hit for them. Last year, they had some injuries, didn't make the playoffs, and they went right back in again this year.
And same thing with Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's been doing the same exact thing too.
Right. Bringing in younger players.
Yes.
What have the Islanders done? Bring in more old guys, sacrificing draft picks.
To what? Double down on not making the playoffs again? Okay, because guess what? If you brought these guys in hopes to make the playoffs last year, wow, let's be honest, Florida was really, really injured and down last year. Columbus had a massive meltdown, and teams are now getting better with more acquisitions and better players. You think that these same group of guys that you have are magically going to play better this year and get you into the playoffs? The answer is no.
Okay, the Islanders have 3 playoff wins in 5 years.
That's
3
pathetic.
playoff wins in 5 years. 3 games in the playoffs. They couldn't even have won any series over 5 years because they only won 3 games. In 5 years, they won 3 playoff games. What is to be? Matthew Schaefer is the only thing to be excited about.
That's it.
That's it. And so
maybe I'll give this to Victor Eklund. I'm very curious to see how he progresses.
Yeah.
I will say he's somebody I'm excited to see, and so it's same with Keishon Aitchison. I want to see how they play.
Keishon Aitchison is a guy I'd move.
Okay, that's great. Still, I'm interested to see how they progress. The only thing that we're excited about are the prospects that we have because the team is so bad.
This is like it was back in the 1990s. This is the way it was, early 2000s. This is what it was. Just year after year.
Another season of disappointment.
Another season. All you have to look forward from is the draft. We're kind of there.
Just back for more abuse.
Except we have one player who's the most talented player to ever put on a sweater, the New York Islanders, in Matthew Schaefer. I don't even think it's close. More than Bossy, more than Trottier, more than Gillies, more than Potvin. Potvin was more physical, but this kid, truly gifted.
He's insane.
Drew says, X and I are the greatest of teammates. Look at that. Higunda says, what are some of the moves in Darce's first year that you liked?
Picking up Schaefer, I think was great. I would say his draft picks.
Okay. Remember, though, he wanted to move.
That's great. He didn't. I don't care. I know what he wanted to do. He didn't do it.
But if you leave him to his own devices, he's going to screw up.
Sure. But guess what? He didn't do it. So, you know what? If this, if that, right? He didn't do it. So I would say the only positive that we could have possibly from his first year as GM was the draft selections that he had. That is it. That is the only thing.
I'd love to see.
And deciding to keep Schaefer up.
Right. And I thought Schaefer should have gone to college.
I'll say those are the 2 things that he did correct in his first year with his 3-year stint as Islanders GM.
And like I said, I'm just going to say now, I purely wanted Schaefer to go down for selfish reasons. Where
glad he didn't.
I wanted to get I wanted another year of full draft picks. That's what I wanted. That was my plan. 2 years of just loading up with draft picks. And then, okay, you have enough stuff in the pipeline. You can have all these guys come up together. That's what I wanted. I didn't want to see going back to the well for guys in their mid-30s and giving up draft picks. It's just
which is exactly what we did.
That was worst case scenario, right?
Yep.
And we did.
And then you didn't make the playoffs. And then you didn't make the playoffs.
Didn't I call it like in November or December? I'm like, this is worst case scenario. And wouldn't you know, that's what they did. And how did it work out? It was worst case scenario. You know what? You want to move guys. You want to get back. What I want to do, you're going to have to move guys off your roster now and just get draft picks. And then show that, okay, the new revamped scouting staff can, make selections and get these guys to come up and then tutor them in the minors where they're ready to come up for the pros.
By the way, here's the if you're curious, here's the stuff on the scouts. So our
Trent
director
has been there forever. Trent Klatt has been there forever. Kerry Grenier has been there forever. Those guys have been here forever. Chris Terreri's been there forever. Now the Cutnan guy is fairly new, but most of these guys have been there forever.
Okay, and here's the thing: they're all the guys who are up at the top, which means they're telling the guys underneath them what they want. This
is what we want you to look for.
Exactly. So you're really not changing very much at all with the guy with the talent or the type of player you're looking for.
Every team drafts a certain type player. They all have the same type player that they pick.
Sure.
Year after year after year. Until you truly clean house, it's always the same guys. Philadelphia, same thing. Yeah, they might change some scouts, but they draft the same guys every single year.
That's it. Looking at the last 10 years of players that we've drafted, I don't think anybody could even say that, hey, we have made really, really good selections, with the exception of the last year's draft.
Right. Freedom Fund Adventure says, I hope Mrs. X watches this show so she can see how her hubby threw her under the bus. Wow, X.
It's the truth.
Andrew Levy says, Lou also got a sweet deal in the Bo Horvat trade. They gave up that first round pick, though. In hockey, I'm just against giving up first round picks, period. Maybe not in basketball so much.
Depends on where you're picking.
Yeah, it depends on where you're picking, but in hockey, I don't like trading draft picks, period. That's why I like the way Carolina does things. They might move first round picks, but they're picking up 2 seconds and a third, and then they can convert them into firsts. And they draft well. You want more kicks at the can. So if you make mistakes, it's okay.
Yep.
Like I remember when Dallas traded Herschel Walker, the Herschel Walker deal. They turned their team into a championship team. Herschel Walker was a really good running back in the day. Heisman Trophy winner from Georgia. And he was good for Dallas. But they drafted Emmitt Smith and Larry Allen and Rod Woodson, and they missed on a bunch of picks. But you know what? They had so many. I think they got 8 picks for him. 7 or 8. It's a long time ago. But here's the thing. If half of those guys pan out, some of the Hall of Famers.
Oh, yeah.
You're drafting Hall of Famers for one guy.
Larry Allen, Emmitt Smith.
Draft picks are the lifeblood of teams, particularly of hockey and football.
Yep.
Drew says, sounds like X and TJ treat your house like it's a fun house for 5-year-olds, except it's usually food being the culprit. That is true. Nick Isles Stress says, we know TJ and Son X wear the pants in the relationship, but it's their women who picks it for them. Drew says, I don't think Robin Salo would have trashed Bridgeport had he felt it was safe. I don't know about that. Freedom Front Adventure says, Lord, Grumpy forgot about Lou's constant BSing, giving his dumb kid and friends jobs, no camp, long-term deals with no trade clauses, and the Islanders still suffering from them. Darsh isn't overpaying and forces guys to pull up the Islanders. It's not the same scouting staff. You haven't looked since last year. Okay, the guys at the top are all the same. I'm not talking about the individuals, the guys at the top. Drew says, hockey girls are very talented. but
it's not for hockey players. The Grumpy Old Man 2026. Put that in the quote books.
Yeah, well, it's true. Drew says, and I will say that's right. Matthew Darsh really has not overpaid for guys on contracts. That was a Lamoriello fault. He hasn't done that.
Well, Romanoff.
Yeah, Romanoff, but that was a knee-jerk reaction to having to move Dobson. When Dobson left, he had to do it. That was his thinking. No, he only got 7 more years of that deal ago. Drew says, all I'm going to say is this team would be better if I've been the GM over Darsh.
Yep, that is true.
James Farrell says, guys, where's LeBron going?
This is the last comment of the night, Grumpy.
Okay, well, Cleveland does not want him back.
Yeah, I mean,
is it the end of the road for him?
Somebody will take him. Somebody will take him. He just draws too much. If he went, for instance, if he went to Charlotte here, those games would sell out.
Yes.
I mean, if you're going to get him, it's going to be to sell tickets. I mean, it's not going to be, hey, we're going to get him to win championships. I think he's kind of past that point in his career. Yeah. It's going to be to sell tickets. I was going to say, what
if you got to bring in Bronny?
Oh, my God. Like, is there a package deal?
Yeah.
He sucks. Bronny sucks. And back to the point about drafting Trottier's grandson, that's a perfect example of, hey, just because your dad or your granddad was great does not necessarily mean that the son is good.
True that, Mr. X.
Honestly, LeBron's other kid, not Bronny, I don't know who the other one is way better than Bronny is. Way better. And then also, you have and then here one more. We'll put this one on here. But Golden State also, I think, is looking to get rid of Steph Curry as well. And a lot of people here in Charlotte are hoping that Steph comes here so he can
because he went to Davidson. It's like,
well, he went to Davidson, he went to Charlotte Christian, and then his dad, Del Curry, played for the Hornets.
Okay, yeah. How old is he now?
I mean, he's older now.
Okay.
Are you
trying to win?
That's
true.
Are
you trying to win? What are you trying to do?
That's true. Unless he gives you like a sweetheart deal because he's coming back to his hometown. That could be the only thing I can think of.
What do you have to ask? What are you trying to do?
Well, they just traded away. The Hornets just traded away LaMelo Ball, their franchise player. So
I know he had traffic issues, couldn't drive with a damn, but he's still a pretty good ball player.
Well, I think he went to where the was it Minnesota Timberwolves? I think is where he went. I think he went to Minnesota. Anyway, because somebody I was talking with who lives in Minnesota ended up saying that he was like, he said, hey, that Jordan Addison and LaMelo Ball are going to be giving each other driving instructions.
Oh boy!
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which I don't know if you know, Jordan Addison had the speeding issues. So
these guys, I mean, come on, guys, grow up.
Oh yeah, and Drew said here LaMelo is in Minnesota. So yeah, so they got watch out, Minnesota. You got 2 Evel Knievel madman drivers on the road now. So stay safe. Even if you're on the sidewalk and you see them coming, jump or run. Because you never know.
Run. You never know. You never know.
Even if you see some fancy Lamborghini or some fancy Cybertruck or any kind of really, really fancy car coming, just give them the right of way. Even if it's not for them, just do it. It's better to be safe than sorry.
Didn't we see him when we were in Uptown recently? Him driving on the road.
Well, so he used to live right across the street from where I work. So so I used to see him driving out of that parking deck all the time. He treated the city of Charlotte like a trash can. It was like he was playing GTA. That's how he treated it. Running red lights, making illegal non-left-hand turns, just making them whenever he wanted to, littering out of his car. Yeah, he's not a good role model.
Not a good role model. Steph Curry would be a good role model.
Yeah, absolutely is. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I would say absolutely. He's a class guy. Absolutely class guy. So, but Grumpy, anything you want to say before we hop off the show?
I want to say love and laughter to everyone who listens and even those who don't. From Son X and the Grumpy Old Man.
Yep, I would thank everybody for coming out and listening. As always, love the interaction, the comments, and we will see you guys next time. And make sure to get your third jersey designs in so we can go ahead and do a little ranking and competition for the next show.
I like it, X.
Yep. Thanks, everybody.